Yo, what's going on guys? Rage Train here and welcome back to another episode of the Hypixel Skyblock Hardcore series. As you might be able to tell, I'm doing kind of an impromptu start to this episode because I literally just logged onto the server and I realized that we are smack dab in the middle of a spooky festival, which would be like a great thing for me to grind for this series right now. So I think the best place for me to head to farm candies is going to be the Diamond Reserve. So I'm going to head down there right now and hopefully we can get a decent amount of candies and maybe trade them in for some nice stuff at the spooky merchant. Oh, and as always, I guess I need to start my episode with the / death count. As you can see, we are still at 0 deaths. And I just realized I don't even have a trick-or-treat bag yet, so all of my candies are going to be going directly into my inventory. If that becomes a problem, I'll have to head to the spooky merchant and go purchase one of those for myself. Alright, I'm really not liking the pace that I'm getting the candy down at here. Oh, actually, I'm doing a little bit better now. I went like 5 minutes and only got 3. We're still only up to 6 green candy, which I guess I'm fighting lower level mobs, so I'm probably never going to get too great of candy rates, but I still would like to be doing a little bit better than this. I think I'm going to try the Cryptical area, and if I use the new random hub feature, I might actually be able to get like a pretty much empty lobby. But first, let me see, can I get myself one of the candy bags? Yeah, okay, I can get a trick-or-treat bag for only 1 green candy, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so like a candy talisman for only 16 green candy, that's me I'd want to go for. Other than that, though, there's not really anything that I'm going to be able to afford just quite yet at this first spooky festival, but that's okay. If we can get even 1 talisman from this thing, it'll be worth it. Alright, Spooky Festival just ended. So I had started grinding with Crypticals, but I felt like the Crypticals were better for like trying to just go for a straight purple candy as opposed to what I was trying to do, which was get like a lot of green too. So I ended up mostly just grinding like the level 1 zombies and zombie villagers, which I don't know if it was like the best strategy. I had a private lobby for a while. Now it got a lot bigger though, but when it was private, I was getting like a ton of kills. So ended up with 53 green candy, 7 purple. Nothing too crazy, but considering my like current armor and weapon setup, I think it's honestly pretty good. So I'm gonna head over to the Fearmonger here and see what I can buy. So for sure, I'm gonna buy a candy talisman here, which leaves me with just 37 green candy. I could buy a couple magic finds. I don't think that's really that worth it for me right now. Yeah, and then pretty much everything else either costs just like a lot more green candy than I have, or a lot of purple candy that I also don't have. So I guess we'll just save up the other 37 green candy we have and the 7 purple candy we have. But hey, we got a candy talisman out of it, so I'm happy with that. All right, boys. So I guess next up here, I'll go ahead and just give you guys a little bit of an island update because as you can see, I have made some pretty major cosmetic changes to the island here. So first off, this whole like ugly small little pumpkin farm that was here, the mess of a chest, the whole just like big ugly dirt mound that was there, completely removed it, took all that stuff out, and then the most major thing that has ever happened in this Skyblock series, I organized my chest. Yes, that is right. If you guys have been watching the past couple episodes, you will know that my chest organization had gotten to the point where it was just like horrendous. There was just like stuff thrown about everywhere. But you can see now I've gone ahead and I've organized all my chests. It is a beautiful sight to behold. You can see all these armors lined up perfectly in there, like a chest dedicated for items. We got rotten flesh in here, we got ores in here. Pretty typical chest organization stuff here that wouldn't really be a big deal for anybody else, but I had a pretty big mess to work with, so it took me a while to get all this set up, and I'm really happy with how everything turned out now. And on top of that, with the island updates, if I go ahead and head to my collection, as you guys already know, we had unlocked the skeleton helmet a long time ago, and we unlocked the Runa's bow recipe last episode as well. But now on top of that, we have already unlocked the Creeper's pants in the gunpowder collection, and we're like 11,000 past it too. So I have of course now moved on to the string collection, and we have already made huge progress in this area as well. Currently my collection is at 10,000, and I've already unlocked a grappling hook recipe, but I've actually already been letting these spider minions AFK for a full another night since I hit 10k. So these guys are all full at the moment. So let me go ahead and collect them, and we might actually be like really close to the spider boots. Okay, we actually did not get that much. We're only up to 15k, so still a little bit of ways away, but it makes sense because I think only like 5 or 6 of these spider minions here were actually tier 4, and then the rest of them over here were all tier 1. But I went ahead and took the string that we just got and put it all back into upgrading these guys. So every single one of these I think is tier 4 at this point. So my next full collection should get us a lot of string, and hopefully will get me very, very close to those spider boots, because the pumpkin farm is also really close to being completed down here. You can see the lighting and slabs are all done, the water's done, everything's done except for actually just like tilling the land and then planting all the seeds, which will take a little bit of time but should not take that much. And then once I've done that, that whole first layer of the pumpkin farm is completely done, and I can start making a lot of money from that. And we really aren't gonna have to put that much money into this monster hunter set, because I already have like over 4 stacks of enchanted bones here, so I'm only gonna need to buy maybe like 1 more stack. I already have over 2 stacks of enchanted gunpowder, so we're only going to need like a little bit over 1 stack of this to get the creeper pants. And I think I have enough prismarine crystals and prismarine shards here to craft the guardian chestplate already. So really the only place I'm going to probably end up spending a lot of money is buying the enchanted string to craft the spider boots. So yeah guys, I don't know, if all goes well, maybe we'll be able to craft the monster hunter set already in next episode, which would be very, very exciting, because once we get that thing, it's just a matter of enchanting it, maybe getting myself a couple more like good talisman to get my like crit chance and crit damage up. But then it's going to be time for us to head to the end and start grinding enderman. And you know what, I guess since we do have the recipe for grappling hook, we honestly should just craft one. It's a super useful item and it's really pretty cheap. So we just need our 3 enchanted string, 2 sticks, and boom, we got ourselves a grappling hook. I think a lot of you guys have been commenting for me to get one, so there we go. Hopefully you are content with this now. Okay, but with all that stuff out of the way, the next thing I want to go ahead and do for this episode is return to Slayer quests. Because on the last video, a lot of you guys told me that you actually thought I could do a tier 2 tarantula. So I went over to my main zucchini profile, did a little bit of testing, and I found out that, yeah, I actually probably can do tier 2 tarantulas with the current setup I have, as long as I'm using those regen pots and wand of healing, which is actually really big for us, because if we can kill a tier 2 tarantula broodfather, then we can actually do tier 1 Svens, and I think get like a radiant power orb, and I think maybe a couple other good items. So we're gonna go ahead and start up a tier 2 tarantula broodfather slayer quest here. I do not have regen pots on me right now though, so I probably should go ahead and get myself some of those, but it'll be very easy for me to find all the ingredients, because you can see now I have made a brewing chest as well as part of my chest organization. Sorry to keep talking about that chest organization. I know it's probably not that interesting to you guys, but just for me, honestly, it was like a big accomplishment, and I'm really happy with it. My chest had just gotten so disorganized, man. It was like, it was bad. It was bad. Okay, I got my 3 regen 3 pots here, so now we're gonna head over to the spider's den, grind up enough combat XP from spiders, and fight this tier 2 tarantula broodfather, and hopefully not die. It'll be much easier for us to get to the spider's den now, of course, with this grappling hook as well. Makes everything a little bit faster, but I do need to be careful not to use it too close to like the edge, because grappling off into the void would not be a great way to end the hardcore series. Alright, so my next 1 or 2 kills now should spawn this thing in. Maybe this one. Nope. Okay, so my next kill for sure. Kill that, and then as soon as it starts coming towards me, activate my wand of healing, and hopefully we don't die here. I think we're gonna be okay. Like I said, did some testing of it, so should be fine here. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm surprised it isn't dead yet. It's taking me a while to kill it, but I think that one should do it in. Boom, there we go. Tier 2 tarantula. Oh, okay, of course I try to TP out and then this guy has to come attack me. So now when we go ahead and turn this Slayer quest into Maddox, I should unlock Sven Packmasters. Not gonna attempt a tier 2 of those, although you guys have to let me know in the comments again. Maybe I actually can take on tier 2 Svens. I don't think so. I think they'd be too strong for me. We're gonna stick to tier 1 for this episode, but hey, you never know. Maybe we'll attempt a tier 2 later on if you guys think I could take it. Okay, so we just need 250 combat XP to spawn this thing in. I do need to be careful of the old wolves, because those things do hurt me. I've tested that out on my main profile as well, and yeah, the old wolves were a problem. Ooh, and there is someone over here fighting a tier 4 Sven right now, so I'm gonna keep my distance from that guy. And I'm gonna keep a regen pot and wand of healing handy just in case I need it for the tier 1 Sven. I don't think I should. I'm pretty sure I tested it on my main with nothing, and it doesn't have a lot of health, so I can basically just like 1 or 2 shot it. But just in case, since this is like the most powerful Slayer boss, I'm gonna have those to be careful. All right, so one of my next 2 kills here should spawn the thing in. So, oh, okay, there we go. That one's gonna spot it in. And please let me just like 2-shot it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so obviously tier 1 boss, the only reward I get is that wolf tooth there. Nothing crazy, but like I said, the main reason I want to do this is because of the different items that we can unlock from doing them. Let me go ahead, turn it in, and see what like the leveling rewards are. All right, so yeah, right here, Wolf Slayer level 1, I already get +1 speed. Not really that important to me, but the Red Claw Talisman recipe, that will be a nice thing to have. Like I said, I need more talisman, and the Red Claw one, I think actually gives you 1% crit damage in addition to being an uncommon talisman, so that thing will be helpful. helpful. And if I can hit Wolf Slayer level 2, I will get the Radiant Power Orb recipe, which is definitely an item I want. I could probably even do some higher tier Slayers with that thing, and then +2 permanent HP, which will also be useful. So like I said, I'm going to stick to tier 1, but I do want to get myself to Wolf Slayer level 2 because of those rewards. Alright, turning in my second spend Packmaster I did, which should let me hit Wolf Slayer level 1. Yes, so we get the permanent +1 speed and the Red Claw Talisman recipe, which let me go ahead and check out right now what I'll need to craft that. So an Enchanted Bone, obviously have plenty of those at the island, and then 8 Wolf Teeth, only have 2 of those at the moment, but I could just do a couple more tier 1s and obviously get myself up there, so we will definitely go for this thing in today's episode. And we still want to keep working towards the Wolf Slayer level 2 anyway, so I'm going to start up another tier 1 boss. Alright, so a couple spend Packmasters later, and we've unlocked Wolf Slayer level 2, so let's go ahead and collect the rewards. And I've also gotten exactly 8 Wolf Teeth here, so we can craft this Red Claw Talisman, because I also should have enough bones for 1 enchanted just from killing the wolves. Boom, yep, Red Claw Talisman, plus 1% crit damage, and it is an uncommon accessory, which is going to be very helpful for me. So next up now would be level 3, which I'd have to definitely start killing tier 2s if I wanted to get to. And honestly, there's nothing even in level 3 that I'd want that bad. I guess the Maddox Bat Phone would be nice, but like the +1 speed isn't anything that important to me, and the Shaman Sword recipe, don't really need that either. So the only reason I'd want to continue doing Wolf Slayers today is if the Radiant Power Orb would actually be like reasonable to get to. Okay, so in order to get the Radiant Power Orb, I'd need 16 Wolf Teeth and then 8 Enchanted Emerald. I mean, 16 Wolf Teeth is actually pretty doable. It's going to take probably a while with the tier 1s, but it's not impossible, and this would be a really, really nice item to have. So I guess we'll continue grinding spend so we can go ahead and craft that Radiant Power Orb today. But first, I want to go ahead and actually hop on my like old main co-op profile and test out if I think I could solo tier 2s on the hardcore, because if I could do tier 2s, that would make this process a lot easier. Okay, so just to the test, and I did actually manage to kill the tier 2, but it got me down to like 100 HP on here, which means I probably could do it on my hardcore profile because my weapon on here is a lot worse than the one I have in my hardcore profile. But it got me down to like really low on here. If a couple of things had just gone wrong, like maybe another couple of wolves had come in and started hitting me, I could have died easily. So I'm not going to chance it. I'm just going to stick to doing the tier 1s on the hardcore profile here. It'll take me a little bit longer, but that's really not that big of a deal. I'm willing to put in a little bit of extra grind just to make sure the hardcore series doesn't end on this episode. Alright, so like 10 spend Packmasters later, I finally got all 16 wolf teeth I need in order to craft this Radiant Power Orb, but I still do need the Enchanted Emeralds. I have 2 in my inventory right now because I'm mining some, and I think I have 2 left over on the island. So I'm going to get the other, what is it, like 4 now I need, and then head back to the island and craft that Radiant Power Orb, and we'll be good to go. Alright, I got 6 more Enchanted Emeralds, and I do still have the 2 here, and we have the Wolf Teeth, so let's go ahead, throw the Enchanted Emeralds in the middle, surround it with the Wolf Teeth, and boom, Radiant Power Orb. Which is nice to have. Now, don't really have too much of a use for it, I think, until we get to the end, but once we get to the end, it will be super useful. So I think last thing now I need to do is just go ahead and do our fairy souls for today. I'm pretty sure I have 1 left over, so I'm going to aim to try and get 9 new ones so I can get 2 upgrades. So let me pull up Timedeo's video and hop into it. Okay, and I think that should be all 9 fairy souls that we are getting. This grappling hook came in like super handy today. I made a couple mistakes on like my parkour and it fixed it up for me. So hopefully, yes, we do have 10 to exchange in. So first one, 8 HP, 1 defense and 1 strength. And the second one, once again, 8 HP, 1 defense, and 1 strength. But hey, those little stat boosts, again, as I've been saying, are adding up very nicely, and our health is climbing, our defense is climbing, our strength is climbing, all our stats are climbing. Alright, but that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. See you then. Peace.